Welcome back to the Deep Dive, the show engineered to cut through that just overwhelming ocean of information out there and deliver the truly essential insights you need. Fast, fun, and, well, deeply informed. Today, we're plunging into a topic that has, I think, not just captured the imagination, but also genuinely transformed the entrepreneurial landscape for, well, countless individuals. Dropshipping. You've definitely asked for it, and we've gathered a pretty formidable stack of sources, just brimming with practical, real-world advice to guide us through this. So our mission today is to take you beyond those surface-level definitions and really unpack what dropshipping truly entails. From its foundational principles right through to the granular steps of setting up, scaling, and succeeding in this unique online venture. We're going to explore not just how it works, but maybe more importantly, why it's gaining such, well, unprecedented traction as a legitimate and honestly incredibly exciting path to building an online business.
And that why, well, it's truly compelling, isn't it? At its core, dropshipping presents an e-commerce model that it kind of liberates you from the traditional burdens of inventory. I mean, just imagine running a retail business without needing a physical warehouse, without tying up huge amounts of capital in stock that, might not even sell. And without all those logistical headaches of packing and shipping products yourself. That fundamental absence of inventory, it completely reshapes the risk profile. And it offers a degree of flexibility that's frankly almost unmatched in conventional retail. As our sources really emphasize, it's a model designed, you could say, from the ground up for the modern entrepreneur and enables you to build and operate a business from, well, virtually anywhere in the world. So yeah, we're going to break down the precise how-to and explore the nuanced advantages that make it such an ideal setup for anyone seeking that true location-independent success.
Okay, so let's start right at the very beginning then and demystify this popular concept. What exactly is dropshipping and what makes it such a, I guess, magnetic idea for someone looking to launch an online venture without needing a massive upfront investment? Our sources define it pretty clearly. It's a retail fulfillment method where you, the retailer, you don't actually keep the products you sell in stock. Makes sense. Instead, when a customer places an order on your online store, you then purchase that specific item directly from a third-party supplier, usually a wholesaler or maybe a manufacturer, and they then ship the product directly to your customer. So you essentially act as the bridge, right, connecting customers with products, and you profit from the difference between your selling price and the supplier's price. It's quite an elegant solution to a lot of the traditional challenges of e-commerce, actually.
Exactly, that direct-to-customer shipment, facilitated by the supplier, that is the game changer. And it has some pretty profound implications. Think about traditional retail for a second. You'd typically need a substantial upfront investment. We're talking renting warehouse space, purchasing inventory in bulk, managing all the logistics of storing it, tracking it, and eventually shipping those goods out. And then inventory, by the way, it just ties up capital. And it comes with inherent risks. I mean, what if the products just don't sell? Or what if they become obsolete? Or get damaged in storage? Dropshipping effectively lets you sidestep all of those challenges. The complete absence of inventory management means a significantly reduced initial investment. Sometimes it's just the cost of setting up a basic website and maybe some initial marketing spend, which, dramatically lowers your financial risk. You're not gambling thousands of dollars on products that might just sit in your garage. You're only paying for a product after you've already sold it. That financial implication is genuinely massive for anyone just starting out. It democratizes access to the e-commerce world.
And the appeal goes way beyond just the financials, doesn't it? Our sources keep highlighting the sheer flexibility and the accessibility that this model unlocks. That whole run-from-anywhere aspect, it's not just a catchy phrase, is it? It seems like a fundamental reality of dropshipping. You don't need a brick-and-mortar storefront or a dedicated office. You don't even need to be tied to a specific city or country. As long as you've got a laptop and a decent internet connection, your business can function, which means you could manage your store from your living room or a co-working space in Bali or maybe a cafe in Paris. That kind of geographical freedom is, well, genuinely liberating. Makes it incredibly attractive for, say, digital nomads or busy parents, students looking for side income. Really anyone eager to break free from the constraints of a traditional 9-to-5 and build something on their own terms.
Precisely. This model resonates so strongly with aspiring entrepreneurs because it tackles some of the biggest perceived barriers to starting a business head-on. That immense financial outlay and the fixed geographical demands. It essentially democratizes e-commerce. It allows individuals who have innovative product ideas or maybe just a keen eye for niche markets or even just marketing savvy to enter the market without needing vast amounts of capital or extensive logistical expertise. It really empowers people to test niche concepts, iterate quickly based on market feedback and scale their operations without those traditional risks tied to product development or holding large-scale inventory. It's truly an attractive option for people who see the immense potential of e-commerce, but really value the freedom to build a business that fits their lifestyle rather than, dictates it.
Okay, so if this concept is sparking some interest, what do you actually need, to transform it from just an appealing idea into a functioning business? Our sources meticulously break down both the essential skills and the practical tools you'll probably want in your arsenal. It's clearly not just about having a great product idea. It's about building the right foundational understanding and having the right digital infrastructure in place.
Yeah, you can kind of think of it like building a house, right? You need the blueprint, you need skilled tradespeople, and you definitely need the right construction tools. So, on the skills front, our sources are pretty clear. A foundational understanding of e-commerce itself, digital marketing, and customer service, those are absolutely crucial. E-commerce knowledge covers things like understanding how online transactions flow, how the platforms are structured, secure payment gateways, the general customer journey from browsing to checkout, that sort of thing. Digital marketing, well, that's your lifeline to visibility. I mean, without effective marketing, even the absolute best products will just languish unseen. And this isn't just about posting pretty pictures online. It involves understanding advertising principles, audience targeting, creating content that actually speaks to your potential customers. And then, yeah, customer service. This is often underestimated in online ventures, but it's paramount for building your reputation and getting repeat business. Think about it. A single negative customer experience, if it's handled poorly, can really erode trust and spread like wildfire online, no matter how good your product might be.
Right. And beyond the crucial, there are those beneficial skills that really give you a significant edge, don't they? Taking you from just functional to genuinely competitive. Our sources highlight familiarity with specific online store platforms and a solid grasp of SEO search engine optimization. And I can immediately see why these make such a difference. I mean, if you already understand how to navigate, say, Shopify's backend or maybe WooCommerce's extensions, you're not just learning as you go, you're kind of hitting the ground running. Right. Saving precious time and probably avoiding common setup pitfalls.
Exactly. And the importance of skills like platform familiarity and especially SEO for generating organic traffic cannot be overstated. When potential customers are actively searching online for products you offer, having your store appear high up in those search results means they're just far more likely to discover you and click on your link. This is a really cost-effective, long-term strategy for driving consistent traffic. SEO isn't just about, sprinkling keywords everywhere. It involves both on-page optimization, like crafting compelling product titles and descriptions using specific long-tail keywords that customers actually type into search engines. Maybe something like durable, waterproof hiking backpack for women instead of just backpack. Much more specific. And also off-page SEO, which builds your store's authority through things like quality backlinks, getting a mention or a link from, say, a reputable outdoor gear blog. These efforts, they compound over time. They build sustained visibility that doesn't rely on constantly feeding an advertising budget.
Okay, now for the equipment rundown. The barrier to entry here remains notably low, which, again, really speaks to the model's accessibility. Beyond the obvious need for a computer with reliable internet access, you'll need to choose an online store platform. Shopify, WooCommerce, or BigCommerce seem to be the main ones mentioned, and critically, you'll need specialized dropshipping software. Names like Oberlo or Spocket keep cropping up in our sources. So what is it about these specific platforms in this software that makes them so consistently recommended, especially for someone just starting out? What unique advantages do they bring to the table?
Well, the real power of these tools lies in how comprehensively they streamline the entire process. They effectively remove a lot of the technical hurdles for newcomers. Platforms like Shopify, WooCommerce, BigCommerce, they're essentially all-in-one digital storefront builders. They provide the whole infrastructure for your website. That includes hosting, payment processing, customizable themes, product display options, the works. And they offer these intuitive, often drag-and-drop interfaces, which means you don't necessarily need to write a single line of code to create a really professional-looking store. For beginners, that's a lifesaver, honestly. It lets you focus on your products and your marketing, not wrestling with web development. Then, the dropshipping software, like Oberlo or Spocket, acts as the crucial bridge between your store and your suppliers. These tools allow you to browse literally millions of products from global marketplaces, import them to your store with just a few clicks, and crucially, they automate the order fulfillment process. So when a customer buys from you, the software can automatically send the order details straight to the supplier. It can track inventory levels, even update shipping information. This automation significantly cuts down the manual workload, freeing you up to concentrate on actually growing your business instead of getting bogged down in day-to-day logistics.
Okay, we've covered the foundational concepts, the essential tools. But the sources make it crystal clear that before you even start looking at specific products, there's one foundational decision that can genuinely make or break your dropshipping venture, and that's choosing your niche. Why is this step so incredibly critical? What goes into making the right choice here? It sounds like there's definitely more to it than just picking something you personally find interesting.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Stepping back a bit, your niche really defines your entire business ecosystem. It dictates your target audience, your marketing approach, your product selection, everything. A poorly chosen niche, well, it can quickly lead to market saturation, maybe low profitability, or just a plain lack of consumer interest. Ultimately, that often results in burnout and a stalled venture. What you're really aiming for is that sweet spot, a niche with ideally high market demand but relatively low competition, which means there's a significant group of people actively wanting to buy products in this category, but maybe not so many established players already dominating the market that you can't carve out your own space and get noticed. Identifying this requires some pretty thorough market research. You need to dig into current consumer trends, analyze competitor strengths and weaknesses, and try to identify underserved pockets or maybe unique angles within broader markets. It's really about finding where your unique offering can truly stand out.
So it's definitely not just a gut feeling then. You really need to dig into the data, the market realities. But our sources also mention the importance of choosing a niche you're genuinely passionate about. Now, that sounds like it could potentially conflict with the cold, hard facts of profitability and competition. How do you balance that personal passion with those undeniable market realities? Is there a trick to it?
Well, this brings up a really critical question for any entrepreneur, right? How do you effectively balance passion with market realities? It's a tough one. While passion can undeniably fuel your motivation, it can give you deeper insights into your target audience's, nuanced needs and desires. And frankly, it makes the day-to-day work more enjoyable. But it shouldn't be the sole driver. A good approach, and this is highlighted in the sources, is maybe to start by brainstorming niches you're genuinely interested in. Make a list. Then subject each of those ideas to some rigorous market research. Evaluate the market size, look at the current trend trajectory, is it growing, stable, declining, and analyze the competitive landscape. If your passion niche turns out to have minimal demand or is just completely oversaturated, well, it might be more strategic to pivot, maybe to a closely related, more viable niche where your interest can still be a significant asset, but which offers a clearer path to profitability. Your personal connection to the subject can help you communicate more authentically, craft more compelling marketing messages, and crucially sustain your drive when you face those inevitable challenges. It's really about finding that synergistic intersection where your genuine interest meets a real market opportunity.
Okay, once you've zeroed in on that perfect niche, or at least a really promising one, the next logical step our sources highlight is finding the right partners to actually bring your vision to life. Reliable suppliers. This is really where the rubber meets the road, isn't it? In a model where you never physically touch the product yourself, why is the reliability of your supplier so absolutely critical?
The profound importance of supplier reliability in dropshipping, well, it simply cannot be overstated. Think about it like this. In this business model, the supplier essentially is your product development team, your inventory manager, your quality control department, and your logistics arm all rolled into one. You, the retailer, you never physically see or touch the product. You don't get to do that final quality check before it ships out. You don't control the packaging or even the actual shipping carrier and speed. So their reliability is absolutely paramount. If a supplier ships late, or if the product arrives damaged, or if it simply isn't as described on your website. It's your brand's reputation that takes the hit in the eyes of the customer, not the suppliers. It's your business that bears the brunt of negative reviews, chargebacks, and frustrated customers. Our sources strongly recommend using platforms like Oberloo, AliExpress, or Spocket to find these partners, but they really emphasize a rigorous vetting process. You must, as they say, ensure they have good reviews and quality products. It's not just about finding any supplier, it's about identifying a partner. Someone whose commitment to product quality, timely shipping, and clear communication actually matches your own business standards. This proactive vetting, maybe even ordering samples yourself to inspect the quality firsthand, is absolutely vital.
That makes perfect sense. Yeah, your entire brand reputation is truly hanging on the supplier's performance. Okay, so once you've secured those reliable partners and chosen your niche, it's time to build out your digital shop. Our sources reiterate using platforms like Shopify or WooCommerce, but they also emphasize choosing a domain name that truly reflects your brand and considering integrated hosting options. When we talk about setting up the digital shop itself, how important is the overall look and feel? The store design, in actually converting visitors into paying customers.
Oh, the significance of store design is immense. It's your virtual storefront, isn't it? It's your brand's primary visual handshake with the potential customer. And often, it's the deciding factor in whether they trust you enough to actually make a purchase. Our sources highlight using readily available templates and themes to design your store, emphasizing that it absolutely must be visually appealing, intuitive to navigate, and critically mobile-friendly. A cluttered, confusing, or just unprofessional-looking store will immediately erode trust and send potential customers clicking away, regardless of how fantastic your products might be. Your store design needs to consistently reflect your brand identity across every element, from the color palette and fonts you choose, to the style of imagery and the overall tone of your website copy. It's all about creating a cohesive, trustworthy, and welcoming environment that encourages people to explore and ultimately to buy.
And on that note of mobile friendliness, it feels like that's almost a given in today's digital landscape, but it's specifically called out in our sources. This really brings up an important question. In a world where everyone expects instant gratification, why is mobile friendliness not just, a nice to have, but a fundamental non-negotiable requirement for generating online sales and building a sustainable dropshipping business?
It's fundamental simply because the overwhelming majority of online browsing, product research, and critically actual purchasing now happens on mobile devices, phones, tablets. If your website isn't flawlessly optimized for mobile, if it loads slowly, if it's difficult to navigate with a thumb, if the buttons are too small to tap accurately, or if product images don't display correctly on a smaller screen, you're not just inconveniencing people, you're actively alienating a massive chunk of your potential customer base. They'll just leave. Mobile friendliness directly impacts your conversion rates. It's that simple. A seamless, fast, and easy-to-use mobile experience means fewer frustrated customers abandoning their carts mid-purchase. It means a higher likelihood of completed sales and ultimately a healthier bottom line for your business. In essence, it's about meeting your customers exactly where they are and making their buying journey as smooth and frictionless as humanly possible. It just reflects current consumer behavior.
Okay, so beyond the visual design, we also need to talk about what actually goes on those pages. Your product listings. Our sources advise adding products with detailed descriptions, high-quality images, competitive pricing, and always highlighting the benefits and features. It's clear it's not just about listing an item and its specs, is it? It seems more about crafting a compelling narrative, selling the value or the solution the product offers. So what's the secret, according to our sources, to really effective product listings that actually convert?
Well, the secret, if you can call it that, lies in understanding that a product listing isn't just an inventory entry. It's a meticulously crafted sales page. It's designed to overcome that barrier of not being able to physically touch or examine the product. High-quality, professional imagery is absolutely non-negotiable. It's the closest a customer gets to actually seeing the item. It needs to be visually appealing, show the product from multiple angles, and ideally, show it in use context is key. But beyond the visuals, those detailed descriptions are where you truly differentiate yourself. And these descriptions, they need to go beyond just listing features. They need to articulate the benefits to the customer. How will this product solve their problem? How will it improve their life? What desire will it fulfill? For example, instead of just saying, this backpack is waterproof, you might say something like, this backpack keeps your essentials bone dry even in a sudden downpour, so your electronics and important documents are always protected, allowing you to venture out confidently, rain or shine. See the difference? It paints a picture. Competitive pricing might attract the initial click, sure, but it's that combination of captivating images and persuasive, benefit-driven descriptions that converts that initial interest into a confident purchase. It's all about building trust and desirability.
All right, so you've built it, your digital shop is gleaming, your products are perfectly listed with those benefit-driven descriptions. But as we all know, they won't necessarily just come flocking on their own. Our sources provide a fantastic, pretty comprehensive overview of how to actually market your store and get those crucial sales flowing. It's definitely clear that having a beautiful store with great products is really only half the battle. You need to proactively tell people about it in the right way and reach the right audience.
Indeed. Marketing is absolutely the indispensable engine that drives traffic and ultimately sales to your store. Without it, you're invisible. Our sources outline 3 primary yet quite distinct strategies that ideally work together, each contributing to a robust customer acquisition pipeline. Let's start with what's often considered the long game: search engine optimization, or SEO.
Right, SEO. It's all about optimizing your store so it ranks higher in search engine results, like on Google. This means strategically weaving relevant keywords throughout your site content, creating high-quality, valuable content, maybe blog posts or guides that address customer pain points or provide solutions related to your products, and building those high-quality backlinks, those crucial links from other reputable, relevant websites back to yours. Why does investing in SEO matter so much for a dropshipping business, especially when, let's be honest, results can take time? It's not instant.
No, it's definitely not instant, but SEO is absolutely foundational for sustainable, cost-effective growth in the long run. It's about building a digital footprint that allows your store to be easily discovered when potential customers are actively searching for products like yours. When you diligently optimize your site, search engines like Google begin to recognize your content as relevant, authoritative, and trustworthy. That, in turn, pushes your site higher in the search results. This directly increases your organic traffic visitors who find you naturally without you having to pay for every single ad click. This is crucial because it's a long-term investment that continually pays dividends. Once you rank well for relevant terms, that traffic can be consistent and effectively free, which significantly reduces your customer acquisition costs over time compared to relying solely on paid advertising. Plus, it establishes your brand as a credible source within its niche.
Okay, then we shift gears a bit to social engagement with social media marketing. This strategy involves actively promoting your products and, importantly, engaging with your audience on platforms like Facebook, Instagram, maybe Pinterest. It's clear from the sources that it's not just about, blasting out product photos. It's about genuinely connecting with your audience and fostering a community around your brand. How exactly do these diverse platforms help you tell your brand story and build that loyal customer base you need?
Well, social media offers a really unparalleled opportunity to build a vibrant community around your brand. It can transform mere transactions into more meaningful relationships. Through engaging visuals, think high-quality photos, short videos, and compelling captions. Interactive content like polls or Q&As. You can showcase your products not just as items, but as part of a desired lifestyle or a solution to a problem. For instance, if you're selling, say, eco-friendly kitchenware, you could share content about sustainable living tips, maybe some behind-the-scenes glimpses of your ethically sourced products, or even user-generated content from happy customers using your items. Each platform has its own strength, right? Instagram is fantastic for visually driven products and lifestyle branding. Pinterest excels at product discovery and mood boarding, often influencing purchase decisions early on. And Facebook can be really powerful for community building through groups, running targeted ads, and having direct interaction with followers. By consistently delivering value and authentic engagement, you attract followers who genuinely resonate with your brand's message and values. And you can transform them into not just loyal customers, but hopefully enthusiastic advocates for your business too.
And finally, for really accelerating reach and precisely targeting specific audiences, we delve into paid advertising. Our sources highlight methods like Google ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, emphasizing strategic targeting as a key element here. Explain how precisely targeting ads based on demographics, interests, even online behaviors can dramatically maximize your return on investment, your ROI.
Yeah, the true ingenuity of paid online advertising lies in its unparalleled precision. It's completely different from traditional advertising. Unlike, say, a billboard or a magazine ad, which broadcasts to a pretty general audience, online platforms like Google, Facebook, and Instagram allow you to hyper-target your message. It's incredibly granular. You can specify criteria like age groups, geographic locations, down to the zip code, specific interests, maybe vegan cooking or hiking enthusiasts, and even past online behaviors. Things like targeting people who have visited a competitor's website or maybe added an item to their cart on your site but didn't complete the purchase that's retargeting. This means your advertising budget is directed almost exclusively towards the individuals who are most likely to actually be interested in and purchase what you're selling. This precision dramatically increases the efficiency of your marketing spend, naturally leading to a much higher return on investment. However, it definitely requires continuous monitoring of your ad performance and rigorous A/B testing. Running slightly different versions of an ad to see which performs better, different headlines, images, calls to action. You need to ensure you're continually optimizing your spend for maximum impact. It's a very data-driven, agile approach to marketing that can yield powerful results quite quickly if you get it right.
Okay, so once those initial orders start rolling in, thanks to your marketing efforts, the real work of managing your dropshipping business truly begins. Our sources highlight 3 crucial areas for effective ongoing management. And this is definitely not a set-it-and-forget-it kind of model, is it? It clearly demands active oversight and responsiveness, even though you're not physically handling the products yourself.
Absolutely not. This is precisely where the The inherent automation and unique structure of dropshipping really delivers on its core promise, but it still needs management. Let's start by clarifying the seamless operations behind order fulfillment, because that's key.
Yeah, our sources extensively mention how dropshipping software automates much of this process. Could you just walk us through the direct process again? How does order fulfillment actually work in a dropshipping model, from the moment a customer hits buy to the product eventually arriving at their door?
Sure. This is the core differentiator of dropshipping. You, the entrepreneur, you never physically touch the product. The process, as our sources outline it, is actually elegantly streamlined. When a customer places an order on your online store and completes the payment, your dropshipping software, or sometimes just a simple click on your part if it's less automated, automatically transmits that order directly to your chosen supplier. From that point, the supplier takes over completely. They handle everything from retrieving the product from their warehouse, meticulously picking and packing it, and finally shipping it directly to your customer's address, often using your branding on the package if arranged. You, the retailer, are essentially the orchestrator. You oversee the transaction, manage the customer relationship, while the physical logistics are handled entirely by that third party. What's truly empowering about this automation, though, is how it liberates you from the immense time and labor involved in traditional inventory management and shipping. This freedom allows you to dedicate your precious time and resources to higher level strategic activities, refining your marketing campaigns, enhancing customer service, identifying new product opportunities, basically focusing on the growth and overall health of your business rather than getting constantly bogged down in those mundane logistical tasks.
Okay, next up, the human touch, customer service. Our sources really emphasize key principles here: responding promptly to inquiries, resolving issues professionally, proactively keeping customers informed about their orders. It seems surprisingly easy to maybe overlook customer service when you're not physically handling products, perhaps thinking it's less critical somehow. But our sources clearly highlight its paramount importance. Why is customer service so uniquely vital, maybe even more so, in a dropshipping model where you're relying on a third party for fulfillment?
Customer service is absolutely vital in dropshipping precisely because you don't physically handle the products, yet you remain the sole point of contact for the customer. It's your name on the store. You operate at an arm's length from the actual product quality and the delivery process, relying entirely on your supplier's performance. This inherent distance means you have to be exceptionally proactive, empathetic, and responsive in your communication. If a product is delayed, or it arrives damaged, or maybe it just isn't quite what the customer expected based on the listing, their immediate recourse is to you, not the supplier they've never heard of. So your ability to respond promptly, resolve issues professionally, even if that means meticulously chasing down your supplier for updates or solutions behind the scenes, and transparently communicate order status, directly impacts customer trust and builds that crucial long-term loyalty. Excellent customer service can actually transform a potentially negative experience, like a delayed shipment, into a surprisingly positive one. It can foster greater trust and encourage repeat business and positive word of mouth. It's really how you reinforce your brand's reliability and commitment. Even when logistical challenges inevitably arise from a third party you don't directly control.
And finally, building on all this, we have data-driven decisions using analytics and optimization. Our sources strongly recommend using analytics tools, Google Analytics, platform-specific tools to track your store's performance, monitoring key metrics like website traffic sources, conversion rates, average order value, overall sales. How do you, as a dropshipper, effectively apply this constant stream of data to make informed decisions and continually optimize your marketing and your overall business strategies? It seems like you could get lost in the numbers.
Well, you can, but in the grand scheme of things, data truly is your compass in the vast ocean of e-commerce. It provides the actionable insights you absolutely need to understand what's working, what's falling short, and precisely where to focus your precious time and resources. By tracking website traffic, for instance, you gain insight into how many potential customers are visiting your store and, crucially, from which channels. Is it organic search, social media referrals, paid ads? Where's the valuable traffic coming from? Your conversion rate tells you how effective your store design, your product listings, and your overall user experience are at actually transforming those visitors into paying customers. Sales data obviously provides the clear picture: what products are selling at what volume, and importantly, at what profit margin after costs. When you combine and analyze these metrics regularly, you can swiftly identify trends and pinpoint areas that need improvement. For example, if you observe high traffic coming from, say, Instagram, but a notably low conversion rate from those visitors, it might signal an issue with the specific product pages they're landing on, maybe the pricing, or perhaps even a clunky checkout process specifically on mobile. Conversely, if a particular Google Ads campaign is driving significant traffic but very few actual sales, you know you need to refine your targeting, your ad copy, or the landing page for that campaign. And this brings up that crucial question. How regularly should one be reviewing these analytics to make meaningful adjustments? Ideally, especially in the early stages, you should be checking key metrics daily or at least weekly. This allows for rapid iteration and optimization, ensuring that your decisions are always grounded in concrete performance data rather than just guesswork. That's absolutely key to scaling successfully.
Right, makes sense. Now, no business venture, no matter how low risk it might seem on the surface, is completely without its hurdles. And dropshipping is certainly no exception. Our sources provide a refreshingly direct look at some of the most common challenges you're likely to encounter, and crucially, they equip us with some actionable solutions to navigate them. Being prepared for these potential obstacles is definitely half the battle won, isn't it?
Absolutely. Forewarned is forearmed, particularly in the dynamic, sometimes unpredictable world of e-commerce. The first significant challenge our sources consistently highlight, which we've touched upon a bit already, is consistently finding and, importantly, maintaining relationships with truly reliable suppliers.
Yeah, that difficulty of consistently sourcing suppliers who not only have good initial reviews, but also maintain a consistent track record of reliable shipping and dependable product quality is a major point. The primary solution offered seems to be communicate clearly with suppliers and proactively set expectations right from the start. What's maybe less obvious but truly fascinating here, as you pointed out, is that emphasis on proactive communication. It suggests that while checking reviews is a good starting point, that direct engagement, building a real working relationship, is truly key to mitigating risk in the long run.
It truly is. While those online reviews offer a broad indication of a supplier's past reputation, they don't replace direct, ongoing engagement. Proactive communication involves explicitly outlining your expectations upfront. Things like target shipping times, expected product quality standards, maybe even packaging requirements if you have specific needs, and definitely your desired return and refund process before you fully commit to a partnership. It also means having regular check-ins and maintaining an open dialogue to address any issues that inevitably arise along the way. This really goes beyond just a simple transaction. It's about building a robust, transparent working relationship. For instance, some successful dropshippers, according to the sources, proactively ask potential suppliers for things like their average order fulfillment times during peak seasons, their busiest periods, maybe even their contingency plans for unexpected shipping delays. This kind of clear, upfront dialogue helps ensure both parties are aligned from the beginning and can collaboratively address potential issues before they escalate and impact your customers. It's really about transforming a purely transactional relationship into more of a collaborative partnership.
Okay, the next major challenge our sources identify is, unsurprisingly, competition. Dropshipping, precisely because of its relatively low barrier to entry, can be intensely competitive, especially in popular or very broad niches. The advised solution here is to differentiate yourself, offer unique products where possible, provide truly excellent customer service, and implement highly effective, targeted marketing strategies. So what does this all really mean for actually standing out in a potentially crowded market where many stores might be selling very similar or even identical items sourced from the same places? It's clearly not enough to just, well, exist, is it?
No, it is absolutely not enough to just exist. Differentiation is paramount for survival and certainly for growth. Now, unique products doesn't necessarily mean inventing something entirely new from scratch, which is hard. It can involve curating a very specific selection that targets a niche within a niche, or maybe offering exclusive product bundles that nobody else provides, or sourcing products that have a compelling, distinct angle, perhaps they're handmade by artisans, exceptionally sustainable, or solve a very particular problem for a very specific demographic. Furthermore, providing truly excellent customer service, as we've discussed, becomes a powerful differentiator in itself. In an often impersonal online world, going that extra mile for a customer builds trust and loyalty that many competitors might simply overlook. And effective marketing isn't just about throwing money at ads, it's about crafting and consistently telling a compelling brand story that resonates deeply with your target audience. It's about establishing an identity, a unique voice, and a set of core values that make your store memorable, trustworthy, and ultimately the preferred choice, even when a similar product might technically be available elsewhere, maybe even slightly cheaper.
And finally, we have the challenge of customer satisfaction and managing expectations effectively. The dual challenge here, as outlined by our sources, seems to be setting realistic customer expectations up front regarding both the product descriptions, making sure they're accurate, and, critically, those shipping times, which can vary wildly. And then, handling returns and refunds professionally and smoothly to maintain customer trust when things don't go perfectly. This really seems like a constant balancing act in a drop shipping model.
It is, and this brings up a particularly vital aspect of communication and transparency. While you, as the dropshipper, don't directly control the physical shipping process, you do completely control the communication with your customer about it. Transparency about shipping times, even if they are longer due to, say, international suppliers or specific complex logistical chains, can be a major factor in managing customer satisfaction. It is always, always better to underpromise and overdeliver on shipping estimates rather than the other way around. Setting realistic expectations up front prevents frustration later. Clear, accurate product descriptions and high-quality, realistic images are also crucial for managing expectations about the product itself. This significantly reduces returns that stem simply from misrepresentation. And then, when returns or refunds inevitably become necessary, handling them professionally, promptly, and with empathy, even if it's a bit of a hassle to coordinate everything with your supplier behind the scenes, reinforces customer trust and protects your brand's hard-earned reputation. Interestingly, a customer who has a positive, hassle-free return experience is surprisingly more likely to return to your store for future purchases or even recommend you to others. Why? Because they know you stand behind your service and will make things right, regardless of where the product actually originated.
Okay, so once your dropshipping side hustle is successfully up and running, it's generating sales, you're navigating those initial challenges, the next really exciting phase is growth. Our sources lay out a compelling and strategic roadmap for scaling your business beyond just a side income, potentially turning it into a truly sustainable and significant venture. This isn't just about making a few sales here and there. It's about building a robust and lasting enterprise.
Exactly. This is truly where you begin to transform a successful side hustle into a thriving, potentially full-time business, if that's the goal.
Yeah.
The first key strategy our sources really emphasize for this stage is establishing a distinct identity, building a strong brand.
Right. Why does developing a strong brand identity matter so profoundly as your business grows? Especially perhaps in a dropshipping model where the products themselves might be less unique initially. And how do you effectively achieve this, ensuring consistent branding across your website, your social media presence, all your marketing materials?
Yeah.
How do you make it stick?
Well, in a competitive landscape where, yes, many dropshipping stores might offer similar products sourced from similar places, your brand is fundamentally what sets you apart. It's your unique fingerprint. It's much more than just a logo or a catchy store name. It's the sum total of the emotional connection you build, the values you represent, the consistent experience you provide to your customers. Your brand is your unique voice, your visual aesthetic, and the overall feeling you want people to associate with your store. Consistent branding using the same color palettes, fonts, tone of voice, visual style across every single customer touchpoint, from your website homepage to your social media posts, your packaging inserts, your email campaigns, reinforces that identity. It makes you instantly recognizable and memorable over time. This consistency builds crucial trust and familiarity, and that, in turn, makes customers choose your store over competitors, even if the underlying product is functionally the same. It's what fosters genuine customer loyalty and transforms a simple transaction into a lasting relationship, creating a distinct and defensible market presence.
Okay, then there's expanding horizons. Thoughtfully expanding your product range. When should a dropshipper typically consider doing this? And what's the strategic approach to ensure this expansion is actually successful, rather than just diluting your focus or confusing your existing customers? It sounds like a natural progression, sure, but how do you know when the time is right, and maybe more importantly, what new products to expand into?
Yeah, the ideal when for expanding your product range is typically once your core business has achieved a reasonably stable flow of sales and you have a clear data-driven understanding of your existing customer base, who they are, what they buy, maybe what they search for on your site. It's definitely not about haphazardly adding more items just for the sake of it. That can backfire. The what requires some meticulous market research again. You should look for new product opportunities that naturally align with your established niche and would likely resonate with your existing target audience. Complementary items are often a good start. This might involve analyzing what complementary products your current customers are already buying, but perhaps elsewhere, or identifying emerging trends within your broader industry that fit your brand. Or maybe discovering new problems that your existing products don't quite solve but could be addressed by new offerings that still fit your brand ethos. For example, if you've successfully built a brand around, say, eco-friendly home goods, then expanding into sustainable personal care products or maybe reusable travel accessories would likely be a logical and well-received progression for your audience. The core benefit of this kind of measured strategic expansion is not only potentially attracting new customer segments, but also increasing the average order value from your existing loyal customers, thereby significantly boosting your overall sales and revenue potential.
And finally, a strategy that really shifts the focus from constantly chasing new customers to nurturing the ones you already have, cultivating loyalty through customer retention. Our sources outline strategies like implementing loyalty programs, using targeted email marketing effectively, and offering personalized deals or recommendations. What's the profound long-term impact of building a genuinely loyal customer base compared to just continually focusing all your efforts on new customer acquisition?
Well, this shift from pure customer acquisition to dedicated retention is often seen as a pivotal stage in scaling a business sustainably. Acquiring new customers, let's face it, can be notoriously expensive. It often requires significant marketing spend on ads, outreach, etc. A loyal customer base, however, is effectively a goldmine for your business. They provide consistent repeat sales, often have a much higher lifetime value than one-off buyers, and, critically, they frequently act as organic advocates for your brand through positive reviews and valuable word-of-mouth referrals, which are incredibly powerful and essentially free marketing. Strategies like loyalty programs, maybe simple point systems that reward repeat purchases, or tiered membership levels offering escalating benefits directly incentivize customers to keep coming back. Email marketing allows you to nurture those relationships over time with exclusive content, maybe early access to new product launches, or special personalized offers based on their past browsing behavior or purchase history. This personalization makes customers feel seen, understood, and valued, not just like another number. And this raises that important question. How do these retention strategies, particularly loyalty programs, truly work to solidify that relationship beyond just offering discounts? They foster a sense of appreciation and belonging. They make customers feel like they are part of an exclusive community connected to your brand. That deeper connection is what drives sustained long-term success and provides resilience, especially in a competitive market.
It's always incredibly inspiring, isn't it, to hear about real people actually making these concepts work, seeing the theoretical framework kind of come alive through actual experience. Our sources provide a couple of fantastic examples that really bring the power and the potential of dropshipping into vivid focus. First up, we have the story of Mark's custom-designed phone cases. Now, Mark, apparently a talented graphic designer, leveraged his existing creative skills and combined them with a smart, effective social media marketing strategy to sell these custom-designed phone cases. And the outcome? Within a remarkably short time, just 1 year, the sources say his dropshipping business actually became his primary source of income. Mark's story really highlights how existing creative or professional skills can be directly applied and monetized within this flexible model, doesn't it? You don't always have to learn something totally new.
Oh, it absolutely does. Mark's case is a superb illustration of exactly that, how you can take a pre-existing marketable skill set, like graphic design in his case, and seamlessly integrate it into a dropshipping model. He didn't need to learn a completely new industry or product line from absolute scratch. He simply channeled his creativity into a product category, phone cases, that perfectly fit the dropshipping framework. Easy to source, easy to ship. His success also powerfully underscores the effectiveness of well-executed social media marketing, particularly for visual products like custom designs. It was clearly his ability to connect his unique designs with an audience that was eager for personalized, expressive items that really drove his rapid growth. This case study demonstrates that dropshipping isn't solely about selling, generic, mass-produced goods. It can be a powerful platform for entrepreneurs to sell their creativity, their unique vision, and truly differentiated value, leveraging their own innate talents to build genuinely thriving business.
Yeah, that's a great point. And then there's the inspiring journey of Anna's eco-friendly baby products. Anna, described as a stay-at-home mom, launched a dropshipping store specializing in eco-friendly baby products. Her genuine commitment to both the quality of the products and their sustainability really resonated deeply with her target audience, parents, who prioritize ethical and environmentally conscious choices for their children. The outcome for her: A thriving business that not only provided her with a substantial income, but also, crucially, gave her that invaluable flexibility of working from home, allowing her to effectively balance her entrepreneurial ambitions with her family life.
Anna's story powerfully underscores the strategic advantage of aligning your business with a strong, authentic value proposition. It wasn't just about the products, it was about the values. In her case, it was those twin pillars of quality and sustainability. She clearly identified a niche where these values mattered deeply to her target audience. It wasn't just about selling baby products, it was about selling eco-friendly baby products, which speaks directly to a very specific set of consumer values and concerns in today's market. This deep commitment to the why behind her business, focusing on ethical sourcing and environmental responsibility, created an incredibly strong, almost emotional connection with her customers. It fostered trust and loyalty that went far beyond just the product features themselves. Her success is a compelling testament that, beyond just the product itself, having a clear mission and a strong set of values can be a profoundly powerful differentiator. And it can be a solid foundation for building a thriving, flexible, and deeply resonant business, even in the competitive dropshipping space.
Wow, what an incredible deep dive we've had today into the fascinating world of dropshipping. We've really journeyed from understanding its core principles and significant advantages, right through the meticulous practical steps of setting up your online store, mastering those essential marketing strategies to attract customers, and effectively managing the daily operations for sustained success. We've even delved into the common challenges you might face and, crucially, how to proactively overcome them before exploring those powerful growth strategies. And finally, drawing some real inspiration from compelling real-world success stories like Mark's and Anna's. It's undeniably clear from everything we've covered that dropshipping really does stand as a remarkably rewarding entrepreneurial avenue. It offers distinct benefits like that low financial risk, incredible flexibility, and the very real potential for substantial income.
And fundamentally, as our sources really illuminate, by strategically choosing the right niche, meticulously building a professional and trustworthy online store, and then diligently and effectively marketing your products, you can indeed transform dropshipping into a profitable and truly sustainable business venture. It's a path that offers a unique blend of entrepreneurial freedom and practical viability, making it genuinely accessible to a wide range of aspiring business owners today. Remember, the journey, like any business, really begins with small, deliberate steps. Stay consistent in your efforts, be responsive to your market, listen to your customers and the data, and continuously optimize based on that data. And you will likely watch your dropshipping business grow over time. It's a model that truly empowers you to build a business largely on your own terms, from almost anywhere you want, and with a significantly lower entry barrier than so many traditional business ventures. So, the profound question now, perhaps, for anyone listening is, what unique niche or passion or maybe even problem might you identify and potentially transform into your next flexible, low-risk, and perhaps even life-changing side hustle or full-blown business?